had Governor Waititu, and you were not on the list.
Just come forward and wave Governor Waititu.
We are trying to figure out how to handle you, because you've just come without notice. People are coming by invitation. Maybe we give you 5 minutes, Governor Waititu, because you're a respected member of society. We give you exactly 5 minutes, Governor Waititu, before the human rights takes over.
And proceed?
Proceed, the Governor Waititu.
I know all of you know me. I'm Waititu. And having been around for a long time, from a councillor to governor, there are some issues that I've observed that I wanted to make some recommendations. One of them is on education. On education in particular, I wanted to recommend on the issue of distribution of bursaries, which have been involved for a long time. I wanted to suggest and recommend that they be removed from the CDF of the Member of Parliament, because the manner in which bursaries are distributed is selective. The people who support the MP tend to benefit more than the people who do not support the Member of Parliament. If you look at the students, all the students nationally attend the same exam. They need to be given equal footing as far as preparations on exams is concerned. But if one student gets 1,000 shillings because of how the father voted, and another one gets 10,000 because of how the parent voted, that is unfair for that student who did not vote and is getting less money. If we want to equalize, the national government must take over the distribution of bursaries such that a student in Suba gets the same amount as a student in Githunguri and a student in Wajir, because they are facing the same exam, the same environment as students, but a student cannot be discriminated because of how the parent voted in their same constituency and how and where the student was born. And they are the same students.
Governor, you've taken 1 minute on that alone. So
Yes.
Please take note, you have 4 more minutes in case you have more issues.
Yes.
And that you have prosecuted very well.
Yeah, I'm still continuing the same. If you consider an orphan in Rodwa, it is the same orphan in Kajiado. So both orphans should get the equal amount of funding from the government. So as far as I'm concerned, and I know that is a concern to so many other people, distribution of bursaries should be given to a national body, just like the way university is given to help, so that distribution of bursaries can be national. Let the Member of Parliament just oversee the distribution
The point is made. Honorable Waititu, any other issue?
Any other issue? Yes, I have.
This is only one now. Yeah.
Yes. Having gone through the impeachment process as a governor, and also having been a member of parliament, when the Kenya Constitution 2010 was enacted in parliament, I know very well what the initial intention of the drafters of the constitution was when the impeachment was enacted in our constitution. First and foremost, it was meant to check the excesses of the governors in the counties. But the drafters of the constitution did not know or did not intend to hear or even to imagine that it was going to be used politically by some other leaders. But as it is now in our country, and as it happened to me, when I fall off, when I went into the bad books of the regime that was there, they drafted and planned and on how to get me out of office. And that will happen to so many other governors in future.
I think there's a proposal, Governor.
My proposal is...
No. I'm just suggesting to you, the
Yes.
Council of Governors was before us.
Yes.
And they addressed the same issue. What they are proposing
Yes.
is that we tighten the nuts on the impeachment process, but also make it 2 years, was it? What were they suggesting? We cushion the governors for 2 years, at least for them from the government to perform. What would you say?
My issue is different. What my suggestion was, because the drafters of the Constitution, the initial idea of impeachment was not meant to be political. It was meant to check the excesses of the governors. My suggestion is, because impeachments will continue, I'm not opposed to impeachments, but since the governor will have fallen off with the regime or the support of the politicians, it should be only for that period that governor was elected. It should not be forever, because you are punished by one regime because you've fallen off with them, and they are, as it is now, as per chapter 6, you are supposed to suffer politically throughout your life. It is unfair.
It's for 10 years, Governor. It's not for...
No, even 10 years. Why should you suffer for 10 years while the regime that wanted you out of office is gone, and there is another regime now which is friendly to you? Why should you be affected because of that regime that has gone home? It should be made to be clear. The intentions of the drafters of the Constitution was that impeachment is only to check the excesses of the governors, but not to make sure that you are always politically light with the leadership in the presidency level. Otherwise, so many other governors are going to suffer, and we must make sure that this committee takes care of all the loopholes that has been there in our Constitution. Therefore, my recommendation, together with my other governor who was impeached like me, Sonko, is that this committee makes sure that the impeachment is only going to be for that period that you are elected, when you are not in good books with the leadership that is there in the government. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Governor Waititu. We appreciate, and I think as a governor, I want to say it's about time we really relooked at the impeachment process and made sure that it is safeguarded from political interference and misuse, so that we can protect people like you're saying. So I think that's something the committee is very alive to.
And Chair, if you have any document, I think we'll be happy to look at it on weaponization of the impeachment process. You raised a very, very salient point.
Exactly.
Thank you.
In fact, just to tell this committee, I had people have signed an impeachment. They are now looking for evidence to impeach. That tells you something. Yeah. It's really weaponization of impeachment.
I think we shall excuse now, Honorable Waititu, and let's hear the Kenya National